Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. But breaking news: I found out something incredible today. Ethan, co-host, say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so what did I learn? You might be asking yourself, and
What
why
did
is
he
it so
learn?
urgent? So a few years ago, I got braces on my mouth, right? And we go to this orthodontist. She was like a half hour away. There was like an office. She had a lovely dentist office, right? And she had like 2 or 3 different like secretaries and stuff. I was going there for like 3 years, and ever since I got my braces off, I found out. Ever since I got my braces off, I haven't been there, right?
Right.
I was sent a lovely article today from my stepmom,
Okay.
and it says, let me pull the article up. This thing is fucking crazy. What I'm about to read to you is fucking crazy.
Oh, okay. This already reminded me of another thing, but go off. Keep going.
Wilmington dentist lose controlled substance license.
What?
Well, I'm gonna give her a fake name, so I will call her Dr. Smith, right?
Okay.
Suspended the controlled substance registration of Wilmington pediatric dentist Dr. Smith for engaging in conduct that presented an immediate danger to public health. My orthodontist.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah. Smith was initially arrested on 24 felony counts, including 20 counts of healthcare fraud, 4 counts of obtaining a controlled substance of misrepresentation.
Whoa.
She's going to be facing about 2 years in prison, and I believe it was 600 hours of community service, as well as 5 years of parole.
Phew. That's a few.
And she was my orthodontist.
She was giving you substances.
Dude. And both people I've told this to, I'm like, no wonder my shit ain't straight. Dude, I'm kind of blown away that my orthodontist is fraudulent and, and is now in jail. That's fucking incredibly crazy to me.
Alright, if you think that's wild,
Let me hear it.
one of my classmates graduated in our grade,
Yeah.
really. He's in jail right now.
Holy shit, what'd he do?
I don't really feel bad about saying his name because it's.
Don't say his name.
Should I not? I mean,
No.
it's literally in published articles.
How
And,
published?
Like, I'm talking like Ocean City papers
Okay.
and articles by the entire city.
Let's just give him a fake name. We should probably, I know, publish things, but let's not give him any light. Right? I don't know what he did, but let's not give him any.
It's not like anything like heinous that would. Make
Still,
you-
just let's stick with a fake name. We can call him just Smith. Right?
Alright, Smith.
Smith will be the base terrible deed name.
I'm just gonna read you the article.
Oh, good. I like today's episode. Starting off with articles. This is good.
Yep. A Northeast Maryland man found sleeping in a car was arrested by Ocean City police on Monday morning after officers discovered the vehicle he was occupying had been stolen. Smith,
Whoa.
18, was charged with stealing the car as well as theft of property between $1,500 and $25,000.
Holy shit.
Police were on patrol near South First Street and Baltimore Avenue when they spotted 2 people, Smith included, sleeping inside a vehicle parked in front of a downtown business. After waking Smith and the other person, police checked for outstanding warrants and whether the vehicle was registered, leading them to discover that it had been reported stolen in Cecil County. Smith was taken
That's
to police headquarters and
crazy.
held until he was able to seen by a Maryland District Court commissioner. There's more to the article, but it's more the nitty gritty of,
Right.
you know.
That's crazy. Weird
Yeah.
that we both have stories like this starting off today's podcast episode.
Yeah, I'm also not surprised because he would eat erasers in kindergarten, like the eraser heads off of
Okay,
pencils.
hold on. Back up a few steps. That does not immediately mean. that does
He
not
did it
mean-
all the way into high school.
Okay,
He
that
never
might mean.
stopped.
That that might mean jail time then. But just because he ate erasers in kindergarten not mean does not mean there's jail time in his future.
I mean, does any person sane of mind eat eraser heads?
Well, as a child, probably.
I didn't.
Ethan, before the podcast episode, I just told you I pissed in a closet.
Okay,
So
fair enough. You know what?
That's true story. I was really young as a child, but I used to pee in a closet. Obviously, I don't do that now. There's a pee pad in there, so I don't have to worry about it. But
A big old litter box.
yeah. So, fucking, that does not mean jail time. It just means he's not a well-educated child, or properly, parented. But if he's doing it up until 9th grade, then yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's just like I'm not surprised that someone from my grade, from Rising Sun, got arrested. It's just that he was the one to be arrested first.
Yeah.
It's just something about him.
I know.
You never would have guessed. Like, you're like, that's a weird kid, but I didn't think he had it into him to steal a car and $25,000 worth of valuables.
I remember there was a kid in my high school that would like shiv kids in the bathroom.
Huh.
Yeah.
How did he get away with that?
He didn't.
Oh. That's good.
Yeah. But then he came back,
Oh.
and then it was immediately brought back to prison. I was just like, dude, you got out for one day, and you're back already?
Was he
Luckily,
got-
I
did-
never
Did
I
he
never used the
shiv
bathrooms.
More kids?
Hmm?
Did he ever shiv more kids?
I don't know. I don't know.
A couple.
I would avoid bathrooms because they always smelled like strawberry jewel, and I just frankly didn't feel like dealing with that.
See, that sounds like a lot nicer than my school bathrooms. I would go in there during like lunch or the end of the day before like track or cross country practice or something.
Mm.
And sometimes you just see some sort of fluids or substance like on the toilet seat or on the ground or on the wall, and you're just
Mhm.
like, I gotta take this piss, so I'm not gonna think about it. I'm going to willfully choose to ignore this strange, congealed, somewhat white, somewhat clear substance on the wall,
Oh
so I can
God!
take my piss.
I remember you telling me this story.
It,
I think
it
that was
happened. It happened enough to become a recurring thing that I would just be like, okay, we're gonna ignore it. It's another one of these.
It's funny. I there's two things I want to bring up. First off, because my school bathrooms were so disgusting,
Yep.
I've learned that public bathrooms aren't that bad. A lot
They
of them
really
aren't that
aren't.
bad.
They really.
I
are.
can shit in public now, and I think that's one of the greatest, amazing things ever.
It is. It is incredibly liberating and freeing, and the amount of choice you have at that point.
I feel like such a fucking grown ass man when I take a shit in a public bathroom.
Do you put the toilet paper on
No.
the toilet seat? You don't.
No,
Okay.
I
you're a
raw dog it.
psycho.
no, I'm not a psycho because here's the thing.
You're
I
the
always
one that
wipe it
pisses
down
on-
before.
oh. Well, okay.
And
Okay.
yes, but I wipe
Okay.
it down first, right?
That's fair.
Because if I see anything visibly there, I probably there's a choice I have to make. If I see anything there, either if it's just a little bit of piss, I'm like, okay, I mean that's fucking disgusting, but whatever. I gotta shit, so I wipe it off. That's fine. I mean I really make sure there's layers on my hand so I don't even touch the piss.
Uh-huh.
Or if there's other substances and it's just like too much piss, then I'm just like, I guess I can hold it. I don't have to deal with that. But
Yeah.
normally, I check out the bathroom. You can kind of tell pretty easily when a bathroom's been cleaned recently, or, when it's not that dirty. Yeah, it's a public bathroom, so it's probably disgusting, but it's not that dirty. I don't mind putting my ass on it. Plus, my brothers like to piss on the floor in my bathroom, so it's real easy to just be like, I don't care.
Right. Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I'll wipe
Yeah.
it down if I have to, but otherwise, even after that, I'll still put a layer of. It's just peace of mind for me. I know it
I
really
get
does
that.
nothing. It legitimately does nothing, but it's a peace of mind thing.
And you called me a psychopath over that. It literally does nothing. It helps you feel more comfortable. and I just give up.
You just don't like feeling comfortable.
I
You like
it's
making
not
other
that it's not
people
that I don't feel.
uncomfortable.
You are correct, but it's not that I don't feel uncomfortable. It's that I just don't care
Yeah, I know.
enough.
I know.
I'm just like, I gotta shit. I'm gonna shit. But
Oh,
there's a whole nother story.
I had also
don't know if I-
more stories.
We can get to your story, but my story's pretty funny. So, I'm in AP Gov. Okay, and I'm like, can I go take a piss? Then she's a really tall teacher, so she's like, I can hear her like talking down to me physically. It's crazy. And I'm like, can I go to the bathroom? And she's like, yeah, sure. Just be back soon. And I'm like her favorite kid in there because I always get my shit done. Right. And I'm obviously, everyone thought that I was the opposite political side than they were, which was hilarious because everyone thought I was right when I don't care. Like, I don't care politically. And everyone was like, Brian, he's a hardcore conservative. I'm like, guys.
What? They thought you were.
Yes. They thought I was a hardcore conservative. And I'm like,
That's
guys,
silly.
gay people are cool. I mean, I don't have a cool problem with gay people. Even if it might seem like it, I don't at all.
After all,
I
you're the
just
most
say things that are
progressive man in the
bad.
world.
Yeah. I want everyone to be equal, and I do not care, right?
Yep.
Basically.
Okay, so you're.
So I
you're
always
going
called
to the
my-
bathroom.
Right, so I'm going to the bathroom. Sorry, I had to get that off my chest. It was weird that everyone thought I was. So I'm going to the bathroom. And the bathroom's only like a minute or two away, so I walk over to the bathroom. And this bathroom's very interesting because this one was actually the only one that was open for like 3 months. Because all the other bathrooms were locked down because there were too many people juuling. That's not a joke. People literally rioted in the school. And there was like, I think like 100 kids who waited out of this bathroom to like send a message. It was a planned thing. And I thought that was hilarious. So I go to the bathroom. No one was there. So I'm like, all right, this is nice. I walked in, there was no jewel smoke. Overall, it's been a pretty good day. I walked to the urinal. Nothing out of the ordinary. Unzip my pants. Start peeing. I'm hearing something that I don't normally hear.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
hearing liquid hitting the floor.
Oh.
Now I'm curious. I'm like, what? I look around. Still peeing, by the way. Looking around. Right, looking at the floor. I don't see anybody. Then I look down.
Oh.
The pipes to the urinals are gone.
What?
this story. Oh my god. There's 2 urinals in this bathroom,
Yeah.
and the one I'm peeing in has no pipes.
So it's just going straight through the bottom of the urinal onto the ground.
Hitting my shoes. I had piss shoes for the rest of that day. I remember it's like, holy fuck! So I literally like, again, I was the only one in the bathroom, and I had a choice. Either I have to, because it's really hard to stop peeing. You know this.
Not for me.
Right. I feel like a lot of people have this issue where it's hard to stop peeing, especially when you're like pretty far into the stream.
If I have a nervous moment where something has happened, it is incredibly easy for me to stop.
I can't. I can't.
Otherwise-
That's like,
Even if I'm not nervous, sometimes I'm just like, hey, I wonder if I can stop midstream right now. And I can. And then I can just hold it for like 5 seconds straight before I'm like, alright, back to business.
I can't do that.
Well, that's telling of your character and mine. So.
Okay, let me continue the story.
Alright.
So I'm peeing on my shoes right now, basically.
Yep.
Right? It's just a long way long way about it. So I'm like, I have 2 choices. Either I go to the urinal that's next to me, but then I'm gonna pee on the wall basically the entire way there. Or, hear me out, I move the shoes really quickly. The shoes are now out of my way,
Uh-huh.
right? there's a certain drain pipe in the middle of this bathroom.
Oh no, Brian.
There is a hole for
No.
water.
No, Brian. You didn't. You didn't.
I started peeing into that.
You just started pissing into the middle of the floor.
That's the reason for that hole.
Ah,
Because they know. But I mean, there's a few other things about this that I have to discuss. But I'm peeing onto the floor. I'm just like, what if someone walked in right now and they see me pissing in the middle of the floor?
Dude,
There's a fucking there's a puddle of piss over there. I'm pissing on the floor here. My shoes are now covered in piss.
dude, your high school career would end immediately.
No.
No.
The funny thing is, no, it wouldn't.
Oh.
There
I
have
feel like
been
you're
worse
speaking
things that's
from-
happened.
Are you speaking from experience? That
Yes.
no, this did not end your high school career?
Yes.
So someone
I've
walked
told
in?
plenty of people this story,
Oh. Did
and it's just
someone,
like a normal day.
did someone walk in?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, okay, okay, I'm done now, right? Obviously, let me zip up the pants, clean my hands, I walk out. I just hear as I walk back to my government room, my AP Gov room, and I'm just like, how am I gonna explain this? And I'll just say, someone stole the pipes on the urinal. Now, that was it. That was the end of the story. But the thing is, I really need you to think with me about how this all started. Okay.
Yeah.
Now the pipes, there was one straight pipe and one curved up pipe, right?
Yes.
It was the straight pipe that was gone.
Okay.
The one that was hooked into the wall wasn't. The pipe that holds those two pipes together, the urinal and the curved pipe together, has 5 like big bolts on it. Like they're really big bolts
Okay.
on both sides. So there's 10 bolts in total. So not only does someone have to wake up one day and say, I'm going to steal the pipes to a urinal for whatever reason, knowing that there's piss going down these things. I was about to say piss and shit, but if there was shit going down the urinal, there's a problem. So piss.
There's a bigger problem if there's shit going down the urinal pipes than some kid pissing in the middle of the floor.
Yes. There is a bigger problem. But the thing is, I would have never had to do that if the pipes weren't missing.
I just, it's still funny to me though. I'm sorry that like the thought process was, well, I've already created a puddle of piss against the wall. My only option is to piss into a hole on the floor rather than make a small streak on the wall and get it all in the urinal.
Because I think at the time I was worried that the other pipe was missing too.
Oh,
So this was 2 years ago.
right.
So I can't remember my exact method, but I remember pissing into the middle of the floor. I very explicitly remember that. I just don't remember what my process was. I think I definitely thought that the other pipe was missing too, because why would only one urinal pipe be gone? You know?
Yeah.
Because
Like maybe
Why?
it was just maintenance work or something and they had to.
no, it wasn't, because the bathroom would have been shut down,
Oh.
or a bag would have been put over that urinal.
Oh, that's disgusting when they do that. That is actually like one of the most disgusting things.
Well, the bag itself is not disgusting. It's the people that decide to piss in the bag that is disgusting.
Yeah, it's like, why wouldn't you just put a like out of order sign on it? Like you were
No.
actively inviting people to piss in the bag by putting the bag there.
No, I don't think they are.
But then don't put a bag. Just tell people not to piss in it.
But if you do that, people are going to piss in it. Because high school kids, a lot of them, don't give a shit. So they're going to be like, oh, you're going to tell me not to piss in this? I'm a piss in it anyways.
I guess. I don't know, dude.
And then you suffer from the consequence of then getting piss on your shoes.
Yeah, but then someone's
they
gonna
don't care.
tie up a massive piss bag at the end of the day. Like, how do you transport that through the hall and out to the trash? Bless you.
Very easily, you untie the bag. You
Get a big
and you
straw.
just cut it open.
Get a big silly straw.
Oh my god! I just realized
Huh.
that hole's there for 2 reasons,
For the giant piss bags.
and the mop.
Wait, you seriously didn't consider the mop?
No, I understand. I mean, the mop, yes. But what's stopping them from just opening up the piss bag?
I guess. Probably because it smells bad and it's really unclean. But then again, having a piss bag just exist is not clean.
Yeah, but my school had like 20 different like breaking code regulation things. Anyways, so they didn't care. Like that was a big problem apparently. My
Right.
school's unsafe.
Yeah,
Has
so
been
was
for-
mine, actually. Or at least in its heyday. When my brother, he's like 6 years older than me, when he was in high school,
Mhm.
like people would get like knives drawn on them.
Oh, with like a colored pencil?
No.
Oh.
No, they would he told me a story where in the gym locker room, a guy put a padlock in a tube sock and swung it around like a flail and bashed a guy's head in. And then
We had a
outside behind the school,
Mhm.
like some jock was messing around with one guy, like bullying him.
Mhm.
And so the dude pulled a razor blade on him and sliced him. And the
Damn.
jock was so scared by that he didn't tell anybody, like any of the teachers or faculty.
I mean, I'd be frightened. Remember, there's like, there's been a whole bunch of fights. There was one fight in the girls' locker room I heard about, where one girl literally got her back grated like cheese on a
Oh.
locker.
Oh, well, the locker's not like... well, how bad was it graded?
Pretty bad.
Okay.
Also, one kid got his skull smashed in on a sink. The sink was
Ooh.
broken. And that morning, it was 7 o'clock in the morning. There was a streak of blood it was the farthest bathroom from the main office and nurse. So you saw a fun streak of blood all the way down. Like it did not stop.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the kid that was shivving people and all that other stuff. Either way, I have to return back to this urinal thing because it blows my mind the mentality of some people. So there's 5 big bolts there.
Mhm.
Someone had to wake up that morning and say, I want to steal the pipes to this urinal. Weirdly, that very specific urinal, right? And like I said, the bolts are really big. So he needs a big tool. So he had to get a tool that was a big enough wrench to pull the fucking bolts out. Bring the wrench with him into the bathroom, pull the bolts out, take the pipe which has been filled with piss and maybe shit sometimes, depending on the person, with him, and put it in the bag with him, right?
Right.
And for that to be a big enough issue for the school to now put barriers around all of the pipes in all of the school. This was a big enough issue that every single bathroom in the entire school had to have barriers. Think about that for a second. Who the fuck is stealing pipes? And why did it lead to me pissing on my shoes?
What a rapid chance of events. What's the timeline on this? I wonder. What pushed this guy to steal this pipe that led to you pissing on your shoes? We'll never know. We really
don't
never will
know.
know.
That
But now
man
I'm
is
interested.
a mastermind.
Dude, that is a man.
Dude.
That's not Like, if he wanted to steal them, why didn't he steal both? That's the bigger question. Why did he steal specifically one? What did he have against that urinal specifically?
And why did I have to pick the one that didn't have the pipe? The literal chances of this happening is crazy. And the funniest thing was that it almost seemed like I was the only one who knew about this. I told a few different people, and they're all like, "What? That's crazy."
They're all gaslighting you.
It's blowing my mind. And now here I am with a urinal pipe, and I got nothing else to do with it. So it's just on my desk. You know?
Sheesh.
But
That's just...
no, but seriously, I pissed on my shoes because of this fucking guy, and I will never know his story.
Yeah,
and
and
it's
then
very sad.
Then your shoes went...
I feel like I have so many great school stories that just end very hilariously. There was one time I was walking in the halls. I was walking to lunch,
Uh-huh.
and I heard this guy. I used to work with him, but this was before I worked with him. He was like, "Man, you want a haircut?" And this other guy was like, "Yeah, sure." And it was like, "All right," and that's all I heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like, okay, weird. Why'd he bring this up? I remember I'm moving on to lunch. I sit down on my ordinary table. I look out to the room. Normally there's something funny to watch. You know, some kid probably fucking jerking himself off on his chicken sandwich, and I'm just sitting there watching. Gonna eat a sandwich and enjoy whatever the hell I'm gonna be viewing today.
your daily entertainment provided by the school body.
Yeah. And the table directly in front of me. I hear something. I'm a little perplexed. I don't hear this sound very often. I hear a kind of sound. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, what?
Oh,
Weird.
what a
And I
freaking-
notice this group of 6 boys. One of them standing up in front of the other. I'm like, what are they doing? And I see an outlet very close to them with a plug within it. I'm like, okay, maybe that's just like a charger or something.
Wait, I think you've told me this. Story.
And I tilt my head a little bit. My man's giving my man a
Your
haircut.
Yeah, haircut in the middle of
in
lunch.
And the thing was like, no one was stopping him. There was faculty all the way around. Normally they'd stop him because of this. But my man had an electric razor.
Can't be stopped.
And he gave my man like a great fade too. And I'm just sat there like, what the fuck? I got the whole story. Dude, this is a side quest I was not sure didn't think I was gonna be a part of.
You are the side character. You're not even the side. You're the background character. Someone else's story right now.
Dude,
Could
it
you
was a good fade.
Could you imagine how funny that would be if like you saw your friend in first period, right? And you're just talking, and then at like fourth period after lunch, he has a fade. Like that would throw you for a loop so hard.
Bro, what the fuck happened to your hair? Well, lunch happened.
Lunch.
Yeah, okay, okay. It's funny because lunch, a lot of very interesting things have happened, right? You know, multiple things of throw up. You know, I always love seeing fights happen in lunch. My favorite is when my group of friends decided to watch Two Girls, One Cup
Oh.
very loudly.
Like loud enough so other people knew that they were watching
Yeah.
that? Oh man.
Mm-hmm. And they watched it all the way through
Wow.
at
See,
lunch.
I've never seen it. I've never seen that video, and I don't plan on watching it.
Good.
But I have been forced to watch live leak videos against my will.
Live Leak shut down.
I
That
know,
was a
but-
while ago, but
Like yeah,
crazy.
The school day wouldn't have even started, Brian. All right, we are in the lobby waiting to go to class,
Mhm.
and my friend would be like, "Hey, look at this video," and it's just a dude being flayed alive with a dull machete.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You know when you get like chicken, like grilled chicken, you kind of like take it apart
Yeah.
and like it splits like pieces.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looked like. Or you'd
Oh my
just be
God.
like, hey, take a look at this. Oh, it's just a guy with the top of his head cut off. Just
Look, nice cut, G.
like brain cap exposed.
Brain cap.
Maybe skull cap.
I love-
That's the word.
I
not
know.
brain cap.
I love that term. Yo, he got his brain cap on.
Hey yo, no cap. You got the brain cap.
Yo, you got that brain cap going
and
on.
it's like, I'd look away, but I still had to register what I was seeing first, so I knew I had to look away. So it's just like that's just there now. Great.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have so many great school stories. So
Uh,
one great. Huh?
I don't have many school stories. That's the problem. I don't like the people at my school. People from my school. I got like my own, small friend group, but they keep coming into Kilby's. They keep coming into Kilby's, Brian, and I don't want to talk to them. I don't even want to acknowledge them. There have been multiple people that I've recognized almost immediately as soon as they walk in the door, and I don't say a word. I don't say, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" I don't say anything.
Would you say hi to me if I was to walk into Kilby's?
Absolutely.
I'm the welcome customer.
I would be very excited. But all these guys and girls I see, they come into Kilby's, and I just don't acknowledge it. I don't say anything. I just treat them like a regular customer because I don't want to talk to them. And I just, from the friends that I do still keep in touch with, I just keep hearing the wildest things about like people that we graduated with. I had a friend, okay? I had two friends, and one of them was very introverted. She thought that a lot of people didn't like her, and so she kept to herself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then she got into college, and she became a lot more extroverted, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had another friend. He was very extroverted, had parties all the time. Alright? Simple as. They get together. Everyone immediately knows that this relationship is going to bomb. That it is just going to end horribly.
Oh, great.
But they don't. And for a time, they keep it going surprisingly well. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it bombs. And Brian, it bombs hard. I mean, the girl is like on a downward spiral, like literally going crazy.
Wow.
After this, she has created a list of guys that she slept with just to get back at him, like out of spite.
Wow.
Including several of his own friends, which then led to him sleeping with his friends' exes. And it's like, and all of her guy college friends she slept with, and it's just like, what, like how sad of an existence. Like, I'm glad I don't keep in contact with you. Why would I? Well, it's like, I don't even care if you're sleeping with people. It's just the way you're going about it. Like, you're just doing this out of spite. Like, what a sad life you live. And it's like, I just hear that, and I'm like, why would I? I'm so glad that I graduated, and I don't have to spend time around people like that anymore. I really am.
Well, there's a lot of kids a lot of kids in school I didn't like, but I always would just put this face on that would allow people to like me anyways.
Oh yeah, no, same.
So it'd be no problem.
I was the same that way. That I was like at the perfect middle ground, where like, I wasn't a loner, or a nobody, but I also wasn't like the popular kids, and so I was able to dip my hands in both groups. So basically everybody knew me. Or at least
the funny
knew
thing
of
is
me.
that everyone knew who I was too, not just by Brian, but by Crash, which blows my mind.
That is weird. That is weird. I still get people that like know my name that I don't know, and it puts me on edge because it's like I don't know who you are. I don't even know your name.
That happened so many times.
And you know me?
That would happen so many times. Me and you had the same high school experience where you felt like everyone knew who you were, but you didn't know who anybody was. Right?
Yeah, honestly. And I would always feel bad about it too, because it's like, oh, you spent the time knowing my name, and I don't know your name, and then, oh, no, it's weird.
Yeah. Okay, story time. More stories. Okay. So I actually forgot one of the stories I was gonna tell you, but I'm sure if I tell you this other story, it'll come back to me. Okay.
Okay.
So it was 2012. So 9 years ago, that would put me at third grade.
All right.
So it was third grade. Remember, there was this kid. And it wasn't quite 2012, or it was the end of 2012. That's what it was. It was the end of 2012. Wait, hold on. Did everyone think the world was gonna end when it turned 2012, or when 2012 ended?
Like the Mayan calendar or like the movie 2012?
Both.
Hold on, let me look up.
Because this story has a lot to do with that.
Hold on, here we
I think it was the beginning.
go. Yeah, 2012.
I don't remember. Either way, it was 2012. Right. The Mayan calendar.
Why
Hmm?
the world didn't end by NASA.
Oh. Thanks, NASA. So I remember, right, it was 2012. And I remember the teacher was checking our homework for that day. And it wasn't that hard of homework. I mean, it was third grade. Shit's not that hard, even then. And I remember one kid didn't do his homework. And this was a day before the world was supposed to end.
Yep, December
Right.
21st, 2012.
That's it. Right there. That's the one. It was a day before the world was supposed to end. Which is weird because it was like the beginning of the year. Right?
Right.
I felt like it was later than that, but I guess it wasn't. And I remember the teacher was like, "What, Smith, where's your homework?" And he was like, I didn't do it." She's like, "Why?" And he looked at her dead in the eyes and said, "The world's gonna end." And my little brain is like, "What?" No. What are you saying? She's like, "What? What are you saying?" And he's like, "The Mayan calendar. It's gonna end. So it doesn't even matter what happens after this. It doesn't even matter." And he's saying this in like third grade because he didn't do his math homework. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm looking at him like, "What the fuck? What are you saying?"
Get a load of this guy.
Like, what the fuck? And he's just going on and on and on. It gets to the point where the teacher's shouting at him. He's like, "You gotta stop. Go to the office. If it doesn't matter, you won't even be in trouble. Go to the office." He goes to the office.
If it's true, you won't get in trouble.
The next day, the world was supposed to end, remember? So the next day, he comes into class. We all look at him. The teacher starts to chuckle. And she's like, "Smith, where's your homework?" And he's like, "I didn't do it." And I was just like, "Oh my god, this guy." And the funniest thing about this guy is that wasn't like it out of him. He also tried to tell my class that zombies were real and that I believe the FBI had found agents that weren't killable.
What?
And that they're now locked into prisons. And that they could escape at any moment. And zombies are real. And
Man,
I'm like, dude. I'm like, "Smith, dude, they would just fucking deteriorate. That's what dead things do. They fall apart. They aren't stronger. That doesn't make sense."
what a silly little boy.
Yeah.
Children just make up the weirdest lies sometimes. Like, they just go wild with it. It has no rhyme or reason. They're not even trying to convince you because they've already convinced themselves.
I said this. There was this kid in our grade that I used to call my step brother, and I'd tell everyone that. Hold on, I'm telling you the name in Discord. I don't know if you remember who it was,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I would always tell everyone that was my stepbrother, and I don't know why.
Did he
He's
ever go
not.
along with it?
He did.
Well, that would probably help.
Yeah, it was weird, because I think the only reason I said that was because he, his dad knew my stepmom at the time, which is funny because it's a different stepmom, but the one I have now. But basically, that's what happened, and I was just like, dude, what? He could be my stepbrother? That's crazy. Even though that's not how it worked, but what are you gonna do?
Hey, what are you gonna do?
And it was just like it was weird. It was just a little odd. It was just like, why would I do that as a kid? But I did. I did.
I don't.
I did.
Oh no. I just remembered that when I was in like 4th grade,
Mm.
I wrote down the plot of Skyrim like as a fan fiction story
Oh my god.
with like my own like main character, and it was like a retelling of the game but like from my character's point of view
That sounds like something you would do.
and the adventure he went on. I still have it. I still have the binder I used with all the pages in it.
Ethan,
Yeah.
we need to do an episode where you read that entire thing.
It gets better because I would give it to my teacher so she would read it over and make corrections.
Well, at least you wouldn't ruin your dreams like that.
Yeah, and then I would take it and do it right during what was it? Recess. That's it.
You know, it's actually funny you say that because I did something similar.
Well,
I don't have it though.
oh.
But it wasn't a fan fiction. What it was a story that I made up about this character. But he wasn't. So what he was he was a Bob-omb from Mario.
Oh. Okay.
Why was it a Bob-omb? You might be like, that's weird. Well, as a young child, I had this like plastic Bob-omb toy. And it was like the coolest thing I remember. You know, he had the feet, he had the everything. I think there was little candies in him. Right? And he was basically, I brought him to school and he was my little school buddy.
Uh-huh.
And I remember I had like months of him just sitting on my desk. And I wish I brought him home because I lost him there. But he was my little school buddy. He'd sit on my desk. And I remember I'd write stories about him. I wrote one continuous story. About how he met all these different characters. And basically he was trying to fight Bowser by helping Mario or some shit. It was a neat little thing. I remember I thought it was really good as a kid, so I'm sure it wasn't that good. But I also remember like drawing like really cool pictures around the side of the border that I'd have. Because when I write on line paper, I start at that red line and then I end at the red line on the other side.
Uh-huh.
So that gave me an entire border of things. So I would just like draw on those and all that. And it ended up being like not even joking, like a 20-page back and front kind of thing. I wrote like 40 pages about this guy's story. And it's so sad that I don't have it anymore. I think I threw it away. And it's just sad because I'd love to
No.
share it with you guys.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. It was really a beautiful thing.
What a shame.
Yeah.
What a crying shame.
What have you been playing recently, Ethan?
Mostly very little Hunt, some Fallout New Vegas, and Barotrauma. But as soon as I'm done Fallout New Vegas, once I get all the achievements, I'm jumping right into Black Mesa, dude. I'm ready for it.
Nice.
But, have you heard the news?
Of what?
The Dead Space remake.
Oh, yes, I have.
It's very exciting, very exciting. Keep a close eye on that one. a watchful eye on it.
You know?
Yeah.
I can't get words out sometimes. I'm excited for it. I saw it and I was like, that's really neat. It's
Yeah.
funny. I've only put 14 hours into the first game, or 13 hours in the first game, and then 10 in the second game, and then we played like 3 hours of the third game and never came back to it.
We recorded the 3 hours and then we just never came back. Oh no.
You want to know when that was?
Oh, that was months ago. We were still in school, weren't we?
That was January, February, March. It was April.
Yeah, we did that like over spring break.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was April 2nd,
Oh man.
and that was 3 months ago.
I've thought about it every now and again. I'm just like, we never finished.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know if we will at this point.
Probably not.
No.
I mean, but I had the thump gun. I had the double thump gun, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, you're not helping. And I'm like, I'm helping more than you think. And I'm out here just like running past everything. You're like, where are you going? And I'm like, I'm going to the next thing. Yeah.
Well,
Good. Good.
it was.
Yeah. I haven't played any more of it. I have been waiting. Not sure how much longer, but yeah. It's just funny
Yeah.
that happened.
It's
And
a
I
very-
keep thinking about it. Every time I see it, I'm like, we never are going to play this game again, are we?
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to playing it again. I just have this gut feeling that we won't be.
Yeah, I mean, knowing us,
Yeah.
we're always like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. And it never happens. Every single time. Without
Yeah.
fail.
Without
This is
fail.
the one thing. The podcast is the one thing that we haven't just stopped randomly.
That's because we were able to get the first episode out. After that, it was smooth sailing.
Yeah.
We were able to figure it out the first time. If we had to take longer than like a week or two to figure out how to do the podcast, it probably wouldn't have happened.
And now here we're on like week, I think like 20 now.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait. I'll tell you the exact number. Hold on, let me look.
I could check as well.
It's funny because my last upload was it actually. Yeah, we're on this is week 21.
That it is.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy. This is the 21st episode of our podcast. Ain't that wild?
Yeah. It doesn't exactly feel right.
Yeah. Man, we're like almost there to 50.
Almost. Almost.
And 50 would mean a year.
Oh, wait, what?
There's 52 weeks.
Oh,
We've skipped 1 week, and we're about to skip another.
that's true. Wow. I'm also gonna disappear for like nearly an entire year.
Yes, but I thought we were going to still try to do the podcast.
We will. We will, but I also wouldn't set your expectations too high on
Ethan,
that one.
my expectations are so high. If you fail, I'm going to go down to Colorado. I'm going to travel south to Colorado, and I'm going to I'm going to become the new vice principal of that college. And I don't know what I'll do, Ethan.
You say south to Colorado?
Yep, I'm going to go south to Colorado.
You're gonna go so far south. You're gonna pass South America, go to Antarctica, and see. You're gonna head in that same direction. So it's gonna feel like south, but sooner or later you'll start going back north, right? And then you'll loop back around. Now you're on the far side of the globe. You keep going north, but it still feels like south because you've been heading south. You haven't been heading in one direction. Then you make a slight a slight adjustment in the path you're walking. Not any turns, just maybe a step or two to the left every now and again. And eventually, you gotta keep going. You're gonna hit the North Pole, but you're still heading south technically in your perspective. Then you really will be going south again. And then that's when you pass through Canada and hit America, right? It's not gonna be too hard to cross any borders. You're white. So then, you then you'll go back, and you're still going south, and then you'll end up in
wrong.
Colorado. And that's the
No,
plan.
I'm just gonna walk 5 minutes down and I'll be there.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm
Mm.
like 5 minutes away from Colorado.
Sure.
Don't. What do you mean, sure?
What do you mean?
I'm like, it's like a 3-minute walk to Colorado.
Okay, then what state are you in then?
Wyoming.
That's not even close.
It is.
That's not even close.
You ever looked at a map before, Ethan?
No, I'm gonna look up one right now.
Ethan. Ethan.
Oh no.
Yes.
Okay, so in my defense, the only time I ever think of Colorado is how it comes to a perfect four-corner area with Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico, how they all connect at one point, where it's technically the only point in the entire United States where 4 states convene. It's very interesting. They actually have a monument there.
Yes. And
So anything that's not in that 4 square is just lost to me. It does not exist.
so let me guess. Colorado and Wyoming are touching.
They are, yes. I could have sworn there's something in between them. I knew they were close. I thought there was something in between them. I thought it was gonna go like Montana, Wyoming.
Do you
want to
hear the funniest shit?
You totally. That was a shot in the dark.
It was a complete shot in the dark.
I knew it was. I knew it was.
But like, I feel like even like an educated guess, I could probably gotten that. I'm pretty good with guessing where states
You could
are
have just
on a
said
map.
like New Mexico or Arizona, like a normal.
Do you think I know where they are?
Do you not?
No,
Have you forgotten 8th grade and the
Not off my-
Gadsden Purchase?
not off the top of my my All I remember that my 8th grade social studies teacher was hot as fuck.
Your social. Which one did you have for social studies?
The really young one.
See, I had the guy.
Yeah, I didn't. I always, as a 8th grade was hit me because I was hitting puberty. And
You
so
know
I
what?
was
I'll be
horny
honest.
all the time.
I'll be honest. The science teacher wasn't half bad. She was crazy. She was absolutely crazy. Don't get me wrong.
Wait
But
a minute.
I mean,
Back a few steps up. Are we talking about the one that called me a hemorrhoid?
the one that would ask for your advice on Bloodborne bosses for her husband.
That's the
Yes.
same one.
And the one that also openly admitted to the class that she had the hots for one of her cousins at a family reunion and had to look up whether or not they children would have any defects.
Oh, and she
Just
tried
in
to tell
case.
us that climate change wasn't real. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yep, that's the one. Yeah, she was gonna.
She was like 50.
Yeah. Well, you know, in like the mature sense.
I'm talking about a teacher that just came out of college.
Okay,
It was
yeah,
her
but I
first
don't-
year working.
Brian!
She had to.
Brian! Sometimes women are like wine. Is that wrong of me to say? Am I wrong?
Oh my god.
Am I wrong, Brian?
Dude,
Is this shocking
You
to
were-
you?
you were 14?
And she was hot.
And she
I
was
don't.
50?
Well, I wasn't gonna try and get a date with her.
Oh my god. She wasn't. There She had like a mole on her nose too.
No, she did not.
Yes,
No,
she
she
did.
did not.
Yes, she did. Ethan.
Are you thinking about
Oh
the
my
same
God.
sign? I don't know if you're thinking about the same sign, teacher.
We are. It's because it's the one. It's the one that was all the way at the end of the hallway.
Okay, then yes. But I can't explain it, Brian. I was in 8th grade. Can you? I mean, come on. Are you really gonna hold an 8th grader to make the right decisions in understanding what's attractive and what's not?
I'm still gonna think it's funny.
Oh yeah, no, it's hilarious. But
Exactly.
the point stands, Brian. You can't
No,
really
of course
blame a
not.
fellow.
But this shit's hilarious. It's like when I peed in a closet.
Yeah.
Shit's just funny. So yeah. Um.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, but that social studies teacher, damn. I remember, I always thought she hated me as a kid, but I kind of liked it. I was like, whoa. She
Well,
always
like-
wore this like hot red lipstick. I remember. And she had these glasses, and as a young child, I was like, glasses are hot. Still do, right? And I remember I walked over to her, and she was playing 2048 on her phone, and I was like, oh my god, she's one of us.
She's a
And-
gamer.
yeah. But I always thought she disliked me, so it was pretty much downhill.
Well, you're 18 now, so you can go shoot your shot.
She's married
Okay.
now. It's funny because she was like, I don't have a man back then, and was like, hey, baby girl, I'm gonna be your man. Obviously, I didn't do that, but I was thinking it. But last time I looked her up to explain to somebody that I thought she was hot, she was in a wedding dress, and I was like, damn it.
Mr. Chance. Unless you want to be a home wrecker.
Huh?
Unless you want to be a home wrecker.
Oh. Ethan.
Yes, Brian.
You don't think I would Eiffel Tower? Never mind.
Whoa, wait, hold on. I don't know where you're going. All you said Eiffel Tower? What does that mean? What is the context of the rest of the situation? I gotta know. I gotta know what you're about to say.
An Eiffel Tower
Okay.
is only done in a devil's threesome. So 2 men, 1 girl.
Uh-huh.
And let's just say you fill both ends up
Okay.
and you high five with the other dude. What?
That's just funny.
Yeah, I don't remember where I heard that from, but I do. I think I heard it from a comedy or something. But the Eiffel Tower is just an amazing position that I think about. It's just the funniest shit.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. I'll give that
Yeah.
one to you.
But you know, I think it's a good time to end today's episode.
Yeah. I think it is.
We only have so many school stories, and I forgot one of them I wanted to say. So
Well, we only have
Yeah.
so many until we go back to school.
wait, you're going back to school?
Well,
I was just gonna go move into a dumpster.
I mean, learning how to be a rat king is, you kind of, it's like an apprenticeship. And there's some steps to, like, rising through the ranks, climbing that social ladder while also getting, further advances in
Ethan.
your occupation. So in that way, it is sort of like a school.
I have
but-
some bad news.
Yep.
So you're 18.
Uh-huh.
I was actually sent down from God himself,
Okay.
and I hate to say this, but these podcast episodes are actually to test your faith.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
I pass.
Ethan.
Pass.
You're going to hell.
No. Shit.
You're actually, you know how like in Lil Nas X's Montero music video, he like
Uh-huh,
slides
where-
down
yeah,
to
he
hell.
goes down like a stripper pole down the hill. Yeah.
Yeah. That's basically how fast you'll be going downhill. Mind you, have a little faith, so I mean, it'll be less of a fall, but yeah, you're
Fine.
going all the way.
But I'm going to a Bible school.
They don't care.
They don't. Can I not have
They
like?
just
I have more time.
no. Sorry, I hate
What do
to
you-
say it, but
Can't do this to me.
it's not my decision.
You could have said something to him. Sway their decision.
Don't you think I've tried?
What? Could you have done like a favor or two?
I sucked many penises up there. I have the chance to go to hell right now, Ethan. I risk my wings for you. God damn it.
What are you, gay or something?
Yes, but I can't
Straight
say
up.
that. Well, God's a little bit more lenient on that, but
Oh, fair enough. No, I'm kidding.
like he doesn't like it, but he has to accept it. His
Yes.
son, Jesus, you know. Yeah, he's
Jesus a top or a bottom? Good question.
he's a bottom. My man got crucified.
He did have. Well, I don't know. He might have been a top though because he had other.
No,
men. He
no,
had
he got
full-grown men washing his feet, Brian.
Yeah, but
Full-grown men. Multiple.
he's a bottom.
Several times.
Listen, you lose top energy when you get crucified. Either way. What I'm saying is, I try to do the best I can for you,
Uh-huh.
but
Okay.
yeah, you're going straight to hell.
All right. You know what? Fair enough.
And I can list some of the things off.
No, it's. Wait, you've been keeping a list?
I don't. It's a pretty long list.
For the sake of my self-respect, I think we should just kind of
Start.
that.
Okay, so
No,
we have bullying, being too tall,
Okay.
ginger,
Well,
D-
kinda
terrible
lost some of my
smile.
gingerness. I
Smelled a
like
lot.
I don't smell. In fact, I have
very
very little
rude
BO.
sometimes.
Mostly to
Uh,
you, yes. I'll give you that.
Anti-God,
That's a blatant lie.
homosexual,
Prefer not.
peed
to
on his
comment.
shoes.
That's you. I think.
Why
you
does
put
he
that
like
under the wrong
Star Wars? Why does that say
category.
one? Why he's like? I guess it's in the like Star Wars. Lord of the Rings.
Okay, but you're
And
playing
fan
Lego,
fiction
you're
of
playing
Skyrim.
Lego Lord
Okay, I
of the
wouldn't have
Rings
thought that
right
one.
now, so I don't know what about that. What's going on there?
I'm not real.
But then how am I going to hell then?
I'm not real on Earth, dumbass. I'm still
Okay.
here for your angel. I have to test you somehow, but obviously I'm pretty far away. I don't want to fly down here. I'm like one of those scam calls. You should never answer my calls, but you do. So
But I don't.
we're here now. Where's my $2,000 in gift cards? Either way, grand theft,
Grand Theft.
murdering
did I steal?
many bandits.
Okay, but they
There's
had it
one
coming.
here that just says Bingus, and I'm not really sure what that means.
I
but
don't want to
moving
talk
on.
about that. We're not talking about that. That was a dark
Uh,
period.
Sworn.
So have you.
I'm an angel. I do what I want.
That's not really how it works.
Um,
I don't think you are.
hold on.
I think that's
I
part of the
haven't
spam
I haven't
call.
written any of
I
this
don't
list, so a
think-
lot of these are new to me. You have a mural of Jeffrey Epstein? I'm gonna take your silence as a yes.
No.
Doesn't
It's
like
a Bill
apple juice.
Cosby.
Weird. You shit your pants 4 times? I'm surprised that's a sin.
A baby.
Um,
You can't help a baby doing that.
It was yesterday, Ethan.
That's not true. Not true.
Ethan, the law of God just spits in a bucket. No, I do that.
All right, everybody.
We
Thank you for coming to
What is
another
this?
episode of the Dudes Club podcast.
watches dubbed anime.
You know,
I know you don't do that. I
I'm
think
really
that was
glad
wrong.
you could all
Hold on, let me
stop
get that off
by,
the
have
list.
a nice little chat with us, listen in. If you like this episode, you hit that like button, subscribe,
Like
maybe
spicy
hit that
food.
bell
I mean,
notification
yeah,
so you
that's
don't
pretty
miss an
stupid.
upload. I know Brian would appreciate
Uh,
that with the work he's been putting in. He's a hard worker, making content for you
Likes cottage cheese.
with applesauce.
Yeah, that's a sin.
So yeah, guys.
Plays violent video games. Oh, that makes sense.
Hopefully everything. What is it? We're not doing next week, right? because
Yeah.
you're going on vacation. No, sadly, no episode next week.
This one says
But after that, we
has
should be
a
going
red
right back to it.
lightsaber, but not like the one that's from Star Wars, even though that one was already a sin.
All right.
Okay.
Have a good night, guys. Love you.
Oh.
Bye.
All right. Well, I guess it's just me in the podcast now. You can't hear him. He's going to hell, guys. I don't tell you.